So how much money do you make? Or what's your salary? When are you going to give birth of the second one? When are you getting married? Or are you getting divorced? Why are you still single? Each and every single of us has been in that embarrassing situations when we are asked a question that we don't necessarily want to answer. He might have asked you simply out of curiosity, but you don't want to share that. That's the one question during the entire conversations, especially if you are replying with the embarrassing answer. Let me share with you several strategies which will help you to respond the most uncomfortable questions you can think about. Don't worry, it's not about insulting the other persons, but rather putting him in such embarrassing situations that he probably won't ask you that again. Firstly, and most important, simply give First and most important, simply give a useless answer instead of freaking out and telling the other person that it's not nice to ask such question. Bear in mind that you are not obligated to answer that questions or any other. No one is pulling the gun on your head, and you believe the beautiful part is that you can reply however you want. You can even ignore it, and that's it. But here is what I like to do. I simply respond with the most useless answer you can think about, and the other person often responds, I wish I didn't ask you that at all. Let's take a real life example. So, how much money do you make? Like everyone else, less than Bill Gates, you are answering his questions, but he is not getting what he wants since you are given a very broad and general answer. That's the easiest way to deal with the uncomfortable questions. But that's not the only options. You can also turn the questions around. Formulate the questions in such way that will make a person you are talking to ashamed for his curiosity. There are multiple common phrases that you can use to start, but let's just focus on one of the such as if I heard you correctly. And then the ending of the questions will depend on the nature of the questions. If you are asked something very personal that don't feel comfortable to at all to share, simply reply with if I heard you correctly, your main concern today is my personal life, or if I heard you correctly, your first priority is to know whatever we broke up or not. Such questions might sound a little arrogant, but if you say it in a polite, calm, and with a sarcastic tone, it's going to put the other person into the embarrassing situations. Third, I remember when I just got into the real estate businesses, one of my friends was extremely curious to know how much money exactly I make. So when we were chilling in one of my friend's houses, he was sitting right beside me. Suddenly he asked, how is the real estate business going on? I replied, not bad, and then he continued, so how much money do you make? I looked at him with the weird face and said, you really want to know that? I shook his hand while my left hand was on his shoulder and told him with the extremely serious face, bro, it's highly classed information. Your curiosity might get you into the big trouble. And then I laughed, and everyone else in the room as well. And after that, he never asked me again. Whatever you come across unpleasant questions, you can turn the situation into the joke. Scams always works out. Never get offed or pissed at the questions because you will seem like douchebags. That takes everything personally, but rather start responding to the questions in such detail that it will make the other person regret for asking that questions. Remember, the key is to talk about every little tiny detail. For example, someone asks you, so where are you getting married? Since says that in order to have a happy marriage, it's important to for the couple have similar a sentence. Don't ask me if that's true or not, or what the heck does that even means. Any absurd theory that sounds pretty damn smart will work out, as long as the other person has no idea about it. Only at that moment, when I realize that I have met my soulmate, and I will check if we fit together based on the theory that I just explained to you. By the way, I have to find out when and where exactly she was born. Then only I will propose to her. Your answer will drive him nuts. This strategy works only if you can do that confidently. However, if that's difficult for you, just be sarcastic. That's what freaks people out. Oh my god, why did I spend so much money on that watch? I had to starve for 2 weeks. There was no other options. In case if you are really pissed off and literally have no idea how to respond, keep this in mind. You can use this phrase to respond to any stupid questions. I really admire your ability to ask dumb questions. Or you can make it sound a bit more dramatic and being with, you are such a wonderful person, but you know what's your greatest strength is to ask dumb questions. People don't always think before they ask, or simply feel like that's something too personal to share. So these are the tips you can use to deal with such questions. And how it's your turn? How do you respond to uncomfortable questions? Let me know in the comments below. As always, hit that like button if you have enjoyed this video, and if you don't want to miss the next video, then hit the subscribe button and the bell beside it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.